According to archaeologists, agriculture developed in several river valleys in Asia and Africa between 10,000 and 6,000 years ago. Produce from their farms increased to support the rise of cities in Mesopotamia, ancient Palestine, Egypt, India, and China. In Mesopotamia, the civilizations centered on the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, with cities at Babylon, south of modern Baghdad. You can see the temple complex here. And at Ur of the Chaldees. There isn't much left now. But this was the ancient town from which Abraham set forth for the land God promised him in Palestine. When he arrived in the fertile valleys east of the Dead Sea, he settled at Hebron, where it is believed he was buried in the cave of Machpelah, now preserved under a huge temple. The dynasties of pharaohs had centers at different places at different times along the Nile. One of the most important centers for the Middle Kingdom dynasties was the Temple of Karnak. The great temple complex is still preserved at the center of the city, with its rows of columns 30 to 60 feet high. It's easy to see why the Egyptians considered their civilization to be the gift of the Nile. Without irrigation possible from the river, even today farming would be impossible. Another pair of civilizations grew up in India, and it's worth noting these even though our unit doesn't focus on either of them. These were the Harappan Civilization along the Indus River and the cities of the Aryan Civilization that grew up along the Ganges in the jungles. In China, cities developed along two great rivers. The Yangtze flows through the middle of China and empties into the Pacific near the modern city of Shanghai. The Yellow River, whose frequent catastrophic floods down to the 21st century have made it China's sorrow, flows through a long valley in the north. Long ago, the early Chinese dynasties made their capital on the riverbanks at Xi'an.